meet you. My goodness, you speak excellent English.
Really?
What is, you guys, amazing.
Okay.
How do you do that?
So let's start.
Okay.
Today we'd like to speak about World School Project.
Okay.
And firstly, my first question is, what is the World School Project?
This is a very difficult question.
Yes.
The World School Project, what is it? The World School Project is something we started in 1997. We, as Kanto International Senior High School, in Tokyo, Japan, a school that has a very long relationship with your college and FEFU. Many students have come here and stayed here, as you know. So we started a project where for many years we were sending students outside of Japan to visit many different countries. But we wanted students to come to Japan and we wanted to introduce our culture to them. And so we started a project called World School. What is it? It's a project that celebrates the cultures and the rich cultures of each country. It's a project that brings people together to talk about what they can do together to make the world a better place. It's a project that collects pieces of a puzzle that each of us hold, and each different, you know, we think that everyone has a different perspective in life. And so to collect those pieces, we have a better image of the world, and that's why we do World School.
Right, so speaking of countries, the question I have is, which countries usually get involved in the World School Project, and do more countries actually join the project every year?
Okay, so right now we have 21 different schools representing 21 different regions of the world. And actually this year we're having another guest school come because they have a relationship with FEFU. So we have 2 schools from Turkey that are attending. Our idea is to keep this growing, so at least we cover all of the countries first, and then maybe increase the number of schools per country. However, there's a lot of responsibility in being a member school of the World School. So we have found that the group has not grown very quickly. We choose our partner schools very carefully, and they choose us as well very carefully. So the last school that joined was in 2010, France, Paris, beautiful school in Paris, and they are now a member of the World School. We're looking for schools in Brazil, we're looking for schools in all different countries that haven't joined yet. So there is an interest to grow, but we must think of many factors in letting it grow. If you have too many countries, it's difficult to invite them all, for example, to one place. Yes? So these are some of the things we have to think about.
Okay, thank you. Next, what are the goals and the mission of the project?
The mission and goal of the project. Okay, so the mission of every teacher is to look into the future and imagine what kind of future is in front of us. And to do our very best to give you the skills you would need to make the future a better future than the one that we have made. So I think that this is our mission, but globally, because we understand that right now in your future, you will never ever have a situation that we have, where we can say, we are only going to deal with Russian people, for example. All my life, I'm going to open a small shop and I'm only going to talk to people in Russian about Russia, for example. We could do this in the past, but no longer. Every person you speak to, everyone you work with are going to come from different countries. So you have to know about them, you have to understand them, respect them, appreciate them. So I suppose the mission of the World School is to prepare you for such a future. We also believe that you are leaders in the future. So the best students have been picked from these schools, and these schools are one of the best in the world. We believe that you're the future. So it's a great investment that we make to have a World School. It takes a lot of money and a lot of effort, But we're doing this because we really believe that if we give you the right tools and the right attitude, you could change that future. Yeah? So maybe that's the mission of the World School.
Thank you. Now then, next question. How often does the forum take place?
The World School International Forum is a yearly annual event. It goes outside of Japan and then comes back to Japan, outside of Japan, so it's repeated, like I say. Next year it's going to be in Japan, the following year in Australia, and then the following year in Japan again, and the next year we're talking with many different countries on about possibility of hosting the forum. But actually there is a different kind of World School going on as well. It's the exchanges between the member schools. My students come here every single year to your school, to your college, and homestay with your students. And in the same way, some of your students have come to our school. The member schools are exchanging students throughout the year. And I would like to see more exchanges like that on the internet as well, going forward.
In your opinion, what is the importance of this project for teachers and students?
What kind of criteria should the World School use? Well, first of all, to be chosen in your school, you already have some amazing skills to be able to be chosen. For example, in a school like mine where there are 1,300 students, for 3 to be chosen out of those students, they need a number of qualifications. One, of course, is an English qualification, because we have chosen English as the language of communication. It doesn't have to be, but it is the language of communication for World School. So there is a certain amount of English language ability that's necessary. But I don't know if you've discovered, you don't have to be an encyclopedia or a dictionary to communicate with someone. You can sometimes just use the word da and actually communicate with someone. If you have the right attitude, it's enough sometimes. So that's another criteria, to have an attitude of communication, to be able to communicate with your eyes, yes, to be able to smile, to do all of those things, very important. And the other criteria maybe is all the teachers in all of the member schools around the world want to make sure when they choose the students that this is going to make a big difference in their lives. Yeah? So we choose students that we know will grow a lot out of this experience. That's a criteria too, I suppose.
And finally, are you interested in countries which are not yet involved in the World School project? Where can more detailed information about the project be found?
Yes, we would like to see more and more countries being represented in the World School, and the person to contact really would be any of the World School committee. For example, myself. In Russia, it would be the Russian team here. In England, the English team. There are member schools that can be contacted around the world for possible membership.
So thank you. And my last question is, what is the importance of the World School project for teachers and students?
Wow, you ask very big questions. What is the importance?
Yes, teachers and students.
I suppose to have the right attitude before they attend the World School is very, very important for us, because we want, because a significant amount of money and time has been invested into this, and so we want teachers and students to get the most out of this project. So in order to get the most out of it, you have to come with the right attitude. Actually, everything that you study, if you come to that study with the right attitude, you will get much in life, as you have, as good, excellent students. This is what we want and expect of all teachers and students. Another is to represent their region of the world to the best of their ability. This is another participation. Do you mean like after the World School? What do I expect of the students and teachers? Or before?
Before, I think.
Before?
Yeah.
Can I answer after too? Extra? Do I get extra point if I answer after? Well, afterwards, we expect students to spread the word, to help other people understand the amazing experience they had because of the opportunity that they gained in order to meet other people around the world. I want people to be excited about other people in the world. That's all. But it's a big thing. Yeah.
All right, so I believe that was our final question. Thank you very much for joining us today. And yeah, we're really looking forward to seeing the project come to fruition in September. And hopefully we will see you there.
Thank you. Hopefully I'll see you too.
Yeah.